If I could ask everyone to please turn your phones off, totally off, not just on low volume, totally off. It interferes with the recording system. Thank you. Right?
Well, when it's looking for a signal, it beeps.
Yeah.
And I can hear the
In
humming.
there.
Yeah.
Well, you look dapper.
Do you get my texts or do you just not answer them? You're probably not getting them. 'Cause I've texted you like 3 times.
I'm going to turn this off.
Else without you.
Exactly. Why should this be any different?
We have to be out of here.
5 o'clock.
Yes.
Yes.
So you need-
I don't do line.
It was pretty strong. JR was amazing.
Good. 'Cause I know-
What did he say?
Lisa was pretty good too, I have to say. Lisa was good. Christy was
Who's-
Christy.
Who's taking over the meeting?
Yes,
Are you having issues?
absolutely.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And,
Could be the
And-
135
and-
bracelets.
Joy got up and then spoke and she sat down, everybody looked and said, why is she just kissing up to the city council? It makes no sense what she said.
What'd she say?
She just said about how,
If we could please, I would call the meeting to order.
no doubt.
It is December 10th at 3:30 PM. Roll call, please.
Chair Watson is currently absent. Vice Chair Campbell?
Here.
Board Member Garton? Here. Board Member Flick?
Here.
Board Member Ganella? Here. Board Member Montanti?
Here.
Board Member Baum?
Here.
And Main Street Joy Brown?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Now we want to have public comments. Anyone in the audience has 3 minutes to make comments about VillageFest. Anybody here to make a public comment? Okay, thank you. Board comments, 5 minutes each. Any board comments? No, okay. Any correspondence?
We have none.
Okay, fine. Next is the consent calendar. The agenda has been posted and the approval of the meetings. Do I hear a motion to accept the consent calendar?
I'll accept it.
I'll second it.
All approved?
Aye.
All right, now it's time for legislative actions. That's you people in the audience here. First person, Ryan McGowan, Joshua Tree Candle.
Good afternoon, Kenna. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
My name is Ryan McGowan with Joshua Tree Candle Company, and we're a handmade artisan.
Could you hold the mic up a little bit and talk into it because it needs to be recorded?
Yeah, I guess for everybody, we're being recorded, so you need to.
There it is. Now it's on. Again, thank you, panel. My name is Ryan McGowan with Joshua Tree Candle Company, and we are a handmade artisan candle company based out of Joshua Tree, California. We have been a company for a little over 4 years. We do everything out of Joshua Tree, California, with numerous accounts throughout America now. Would just like to show you for a second that we do have an extensive line, that we do hand pour all of these.
Are you bringing some candles? Oh, gotcha.
So when you see here, we have an extensive line of handmade artisan products, all soy wax candles, fragrance oils.
I saw yours. I like looking over your shoulder. It's too cute.
Like I stated before, these are all hand poured by a family-owned business. With all of these, like I said, our line is very extensive. The luxury candle that is being passed around and the big 16-ounce, they are available in 14 different unique scents. That is what we pride ourselves within our company, is not being just the typical lavender candle or eucalyptus candle. We have a very extensive line of very unique products and scents. We also have things that are patent pending to be one of a kind. We have a My 2 Cents candle here. That is the first kind of candle in America that will have 2 cents. So in the morning you have one candle, you flip it over, and at night you have another candle.
That's cool. Kind of like our city.
Yeah. So we do have a lot of accounts throughout Palm Springs, including somebody in the panel tonight. Very humbled to be local. All of our people that are family in our business are from here. I'm actually one of the last rarities of actually born and raised in Joshua Tree.
Stop that.
So yeah, that's. You guys have any questions with?
Are you
me?
in any other fairs?
Excuse me?
Are you in any of the other street fairs in Coachella?
No, No, ma'am. We were actually only in our local farmers market on Joshua Tree, which is actually very limited because of the space. And they've actually having to restructure their permit system right now. So everyone's very getting inundated in that. So we're not actually a regular there
And
either.
I believe you said something about this, but the local merchants that sell your stuff, how do they feel about you going out on the street?
I've actually talked to several of them, and one is actually in the panel if you'd like to talk to them, and they approve it as well.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
kiss thieves.
Yeah. We do many wholesale accounts. We do not have a storefront ourselves. We don't want to do a storefront. We pride ourselves in having wholesale local accounts.
Do you have other retail accounts in Palm Canyon? On Palm
Yes.
Canyon?
we're talking
An
Yes.
Indian. Thick as thieves. They're one of the,
Yeah.
they're
many
one of the
others?
vendors today.
We have roughly
know.
probably about 5 or 6, and we probably have roughly about 11 or 12 within the Coachella Valley.
And is your retail the same as theirs or less?
Yes, it's the same.
Same?
Yeah,
Cool.
and that is it.
Can I see the double one?
Absolutely.
It's a brilliant
I was waiting
idea.
for-
Brilliant. It's the first time I've seen
I
it.
thought maybe you were hiding it from us because, it's patent pending.
It's protected. We have, the typical, we have the
That's just such a cool
wax melts as well, and we also offer air fresheners as well. So we are definitely, again, are very extended line.
What is,
Oh, you're a topper.
Do we have a motion to accept this vendor?
I make a motion to accept.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
if I could vote, I would vote, but I'm not allowed to vote.
No problem.
Just want to let you know.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
You're next.
Here's your cat.
Mars Quintero.
See you on the street, by the way.
Somebody's got to. Ooh, what was that noise?
I'm gonna roll this to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, that's some new thing here. What was that? Watch out. I love those. I would love to sell those.
This is awesome.
My name is Mars Quintero. I'm an opera singer. I study here in Palm Springs with my teacher, who is a retired opera singer. And I want to perform at Street Fair. And I thought, well, since my product is music, I should obviously perform for all of you. So that is what I am getting set up right now. I had to
Okay.
turn on my phone, because my phone has my recorded tracks.
Okay.
So give me just a moment.
No, that doesn't, she doesn't come running out from the back.
All right, I'm just gonna test this. Good. All right. So I will be singing for you the aria O mio babino caro, which is one you will probably recognize when you hear it. And in the song, I am pleading to my father to let me get married. And if he doesn't, I'm gonna jump in the river and die. Please, Daddy, please. No. Uh-huh. O mio bambino caro, mi piace bello, vonor in porta rosa, a comperar l'anello. Sì, sì, ci voglio andare, e se l'ama se intorno andrei a ponte vecchio, ma per moto distraeme tormento, o vorrei morir. Bobo pietà, pietà. Bobo pietà, So that's my singing. I also play the violin. And because street fair is 3 to 4 hours long, I'll probably incorporate some violin in with the singing because it's a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
In the dry air.
So why aren't you at The Voice, or do you have a manager? Can you?
I don't have a manager right now.
Somebody
the
out there
reason
take her.
I am here in Palm Springs is to study. Because the woman I'm studying with, she toured in Germany in the Phantom of the Opera, and that was her whole career. It's also the reason I'm not in college, is to study with her personally. So I live with her right now, and I train with her.
Wow. Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, amazing.
Can I get a motion, please?
Motion to accept this vendor?
Yes.
All of us, sorry. I'm overtaken.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the street.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Rainbow Bridge?
Bill Iman?
Wow.
Bill Iman?
Yeah.
My name is Brian Early. I'm not sure why it's Bill Iman on the paperwork. He is my mentor and my boss.
Oh, okay, because my first question would be, who's Brian, Brian Early? Okay, good, great. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm not used to the microphone experience. So, are we just to like expose what we're?
So you want to have your product out?
Okie dokie.
And hold the microphone closer to your face.
Okie dokie. We're a crystal shop that likes to do the art of nature, basically. And so we like to wire wrap crystals. We like to cut different crystals and make scenes. Use different rocks and use, for example, on these we're using pewter.
Can you pass them around?
Yeah, sure.
One or two of them?
Sure. And they're really beautiful when you hold them up to the light, like have the light behind them. They're good for in windows or with tea lights behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're artists and we're trying to find different ways to incorporate nature into art. So we'll do wire wrap crystals. She'll find different rocks and she'll paint on them. For example, stuff like that.
Darling. Adorable.
There's also a couple of different rocks that we like to mine and polish ourselves. We didn't bring those. This is a little bit new. We might have one on us, but this is a little example of like a little treasure chest kit. I don't know if this would apply exactly, but this was an idea of something we'd like to do. It's kind of like a treasure chest kit for people that are interested in rocks, and it's got the themes of different kinds of rocks put together in a little list that we make that explains what rock is for and whatnot.
So it comes with the box and everything?
Yeah, everything like that, yeah. And then we're the type that we'll have different kinds of art that we'd like to probably introduce while we're doing it, because we're artists, so we'd like to think of different things and incorporate like different mosaics, perhaps with crystals that we don't have to show, but I guess it's just the introduction part.
What? That might be designed.
A lot of what we
Sometimes
do,
it
we
just
didn't
might be just
bring necessarily physical, but we have the pictures of us doing them, if that's any sort of.
Oh,
So you have jewelry, aside from necklaces, what kinds of jewelry are you offering?
it's coming around.
We also do bracelets and earrings and chokers. I'm wearing one that's kind of like, they all come together as a set. So they're like kind of like a combo. They're better together. Thank you.
Did you make that box?
The box we didn't make, no. No, the box we don't make. We made the list that's inside of it, and if anything, if there was like a reconstructive process, that was probably the closest thing. We designed the crystals to be a certain set of crystals for what they would call like a chakra crystal set, the ones that are gonna introduce people for their familiarity of the rainbow and the colors and how they work with your body. And then we made a sheet that explains what they're for and whatnot.
But you did stain it and put the material
Yes,
on it, correct?
correct. We do that kind of stuff, but we didn't actually fix
It's
the
a
box
canvas.
itself. Yeah, we do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
You mentioned
Yeah,
T-shirts.
yeah.
What, is that an example of your T-shirt?
Yes, this would be an example of the kind of stuff that we would like to. We're going to be producing. We do produce and whatnot.
You painted all of that?
Yeah, she's an artist. She's a very good painter, and so this is a new process for us. But we have a bunch of creativity that we're going to want to be putting into this, and this is not a normal set of but we're the artists that are
So why don't you tell them what awards you won at the Date Festival?
At the Date Festival.
Didn't you win a couple of painting awards?
Oh yeah, I've actually been a part of the Date Festival ever since I was like in first grade. So ever since I was in there, I would always get first place. It's something I didn't ever really like consider as anything, because it would just be like putting whatever little pieces I would be doing like on the side.
So I do have to tell the board that I didn't recognize her, but I know her very well, and she actually painted my wings at the 420 Lounge. This is my artist, and I didn't know she was coming today, but she painted the wings on the wall.
Yeah, I'm a freelance artist, and right
Yes.
now I'm doing holiday window painting. You could probably see the paint all over my hands, but that's pretty much what we're doing. I really have a passion for just incorporating art and nature in any which way I possibly can. And this, I feel, is the beginning, because I have a need to create and also express dance at the same time. So hopefully soon enough, if I get your approval, I would love to like do interpretive dance art at the festival. So like have like maybe my booth set by somebody who's already creating music, like the beautiful opera singer, and I can like create a piece inspired by her singing. So that could be an idea I'd be very open to.
That would have to be a separate application.
Exactly, that would be
Yeah.
under entertainment.
You can add
Definitely.
that. You can add that
but
later.
For now, this is definitely the seed of like creating.
So I see in the book that you've provided that there are other larger crystals and marbles and other items. Are you planning to sell the obelisks and things of that nature also?
No, we do have another crystal store, and that's
Okay.
what we do. That's our kind of, and our mentor is a crystal store person, but we're trying to break off and give her space to do her artistic stuff. So
Okay.
we may have some like little artsy things here and there, like but not for sale whatsoever,
Okay.
And otherwise, yeah. What we'll do, part of as far as stones are concerned, on a separate side, we do like the idea of having like a pick your own stone to wire wrap, but beyond that, like we're not going to be selling like the big crystals or anything.
Do you have any of the crystal hair accessories with you? Did I?
She has one in her hair, but
Yeah.
it's the beginning prototype of it.
Okay,
And yeah.
just because we'll be choosing each of the things, so if you want everything that's on here, then we need to see it. Do you have any of the flower crowns with you, by chance?
She might
'Cause
have
you might
pictures.
need to add that later.
Sure,
if
she
you
might have
don't.
pictures in some of her stuff.
There's photos in the booth.
How about organite?
We have
Do you
a
have
couple
any
necklaces
organites?
that we didn't bring, but I can bring you some organite, as ASAP. Yeah.
And I can tell the board that they make everything they do. I know her, of
Obviously
her.
Well, but we
Yeah.
still need to see it.
Okay, but I'm just letting you know that.
No,
She
no
tells the
problem.
truth.
It's okay.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
We're rookies at this whole experience.
Do we have a motion
Well, we'll
to
help you.
Thank you.
approve this vendor?
I move that we accept this vendor.
Are you approving everything
No, we're
that's
approving
on there?
Everything.
the items that are on the list that she has here, that she has shown us,
Thank
not
Do
the,
you want to itemize that then?
So it's not the flower crowns or the organite right now?
So you saw the crystal and gem art, the agate scenes, the wire wrap jewelry, the T-shirts.
But it
The-
looks like everything's handmade, so I don't know what the objection would be.
Because you haven't seen them and you need to see them here. So they don't have with them the organite or the flower crown. So
We'll be
that would
happy
be
to provide
something
that.
that maybe staff would approve later.
No,
She can bring that to Faith,
You can't
and
approve
Faith can
something
look
that's not
at
on
it.
that you haven't seen.
Well, have we not approved?
Yeah, we have done that
before?
once.
We have done that
Then-
before.
Yeah, we have, Joy.
Everything that's on their list has to be.
Well, good thing I have no experience here then.
And Faith, you can look at those and see. We'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, I believe that's.
If that's in the motion, you sure can.
So let's make the motion.
Okay, who's going to make the motion?
So I'll make a motion that we accept everything here, and that when Faith takes a look at their other products, if she feels deemed that it's made by hand, then we can approve that as well. You will approve that as well.
That is correct.
I second.
And the Aragonite. Did you say that in there?
The what? The flower crowns and the organite.
Perfect.
Okay.
I
Okay,
second.
great. Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks
see
a
you
lot,
on the
guys.
street.
Thank you.
So we start this person?
She'll take care of you from there. Come on, papers.
Jeremy
Get them together.
Smick?
Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, that's never stopped anyways.
So this is a merchant, an existing merchant.
Existing merchant. I saw. Awesome.
Okay, great stuff.
We good? We ready?
Yeah, go ahead. And
my
please
name's
talk
Jeremy.
into the microphone. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. My name's Jeremy. My wife and I own Thick as Thieves, which is located downtown on Indian Canyon. It's part of the La Plaza shopping area.
Oh, okay.
There's a good
Oh, I know.
kind of a general idea of like what our store looks like. We opened on June of 2017. Our store is highly curated. We carry a lot of handmade items. We have antique finds and work with like a lot of artists in the area, including people that make candles and coffee, different things. And we also have a line of our own products as well. So if you haven't heard the news, we just made House Beautiful Magazine's 50 Best Home Stores in America. Thank you, thank you. That's on newsstands right now, if you want to pick up a copy. So our goal here is to, we carry a lot of things in our store, but what we want to do is bring a lot of our handmade local items to the fest. So while we have like a variety of different things in our store, what we want to focus on mainly is just bringing like a lot of the products that we make or that are made locally. So this line right here is an apothecary set of different like bath salts and facial mists, some different things like this. We have vegan soap, salve, aromatherapy balls, and I can pass any of this stuff around. We also do our own T-shirts that are screen. Between the T-shirts and the pennant and postcard, all that stuff is designed in house. This is screened locally at Windmill City Screen Printing. We do all the like dyes and things ourselves in house, using all natural dyes. We also make a handful of like different pillows and macrame and some things like that. And since I found out that Joshua Tree Candle Company is going to be a vendor now, I can pull this out of our lineup of things we're going to be doing. But we'd also like to also carry the Joshua Tree coffee, which is roasted locally just up the hill. So I can pass some of these things around if you guys have any questions. I'd be happy to.
So on the Joshua Tree coffee,
Okay.
you don't make the coffee?
We don't make the coffee, but we do carry that, and it is locally roasted in our store.
Oh, got you, because I know who makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joshua Tree.
I've been in your stores a couple of
Yeah,
times
yeah.
and bought some things. It's all beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
The apothecaries, you don't make those?
We do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm using it.
Right. I was just curious on that one.
Yeah.
And are you planning to have anything in the booth that you don't carry in your store?
No,
Okay.
no. Anything that would be in our store would be
Okay.
at the fest. We don't make or sell anything
Yep.
outside of what's in our store.
A motion to accept the spender?
I'll make a motion to accept.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And congratulations on your,
Yes,
on
congratulations.
your.
Go check them out any
on your
day of the week.
notoriety.
Because it's a cool store.
It's a very cool store. Have you been in it?
No, but
Oh, it's really nice.
Lindsay Sappington?
our customers buy there, and so they recently, customer came by to review if you like it. From the store.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Lindsay Sappington. I am the owner and CEO of Sweet Life Pet Hotel. We're opening up December 23rd here in the city of Palm Springs. We offer services of daycare, grooming, boarding, and training for dogs and cats. I want to be a part of the VillageFest to help get my name out to the community and to help service the community in ways that I feel are lacking in the city of Palm Springs for dog and cat training and boarding. I am a dog owner myself, and I have experienced boarding and training for the last 15 years or so, as well as breeding. So I've been doing that for a while, and this has been a dream of mine for several years. I've saved up my own money to make this happen. So I am here to basically advertise my business so that everybody knows about what I offer. And then I have treats and meals that I'm offering, and I have a chef that's making them, but my grandma unexpectedly passed away a week and a half ago, so that kind of, it's okay. It kind of slowed things down, so I don't have it with me.
Do you have brochures or cards or anything?
I do have them, but I don't have them with me. I was told that I just needed to bring the product that I was going to sell, and I don't have that with me. So I have brochures that I've been giving out at the swap meet for Palm Desert. So, yeah.
I just have a question for Jasmine. So is it a retail vendor or a commercial?
So will you be making product that you sell?
Yes.
Is that what you're gonna, and then just promoting your business?
Correct.
Okay.
So we can choose making it.
So the things that are crossed out on here actually would be,
No.
I don't see the application.
yeah, she crossed out everything except for,
But you plan to sell the food items the dog food items that you make, correct?
Correct.
dog treats.
I have, yeah,
Dog
I
treats and
have
such.
I have a chef that's making them.
So she doesn't
I
make
think
them
we
though.
need to be a little more prepared on this.
Yeah.
I want to see product, I want to see brochures, I want to see,
Yeah, because they're crossed out on the application, so we're not quite in sync here.
So the question is that the items that you are looking to sell are crossed off in your application, and without samples, we can't approve that, which means you're basically applying to be informational. And
Okay.
we would review your literature and the information you're handing out also. So,
I think we have to bring this back.
It's on here as a commercial
Yeah.
vendor, not retail, so that would be no sales.
no,
So-
yeah, right now we're listing you as a no sale, just information is how it's on the agenda.
And there's a
Okay.
different pricing from commercial to retail.
I know
So-
that.
Okay,
yeah.
great, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm aware of that.
Okay. So,
So,
you want to apply as a commercial vendor?
Yeah, I can do that, and then once I have the treats with me, I can bring them in.
For our event, it does have to be a handmade item. So if you're not making them yourself, you're not allowed to have. Be a
Microphone.
distributor.
Your mic's
Your
on.
mic isn't on.
You're not allowed to be a distributor with your
With the retail part of it.
For the retail part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's an artist festival where you make the goods yourself and such. So that's one thing you may want to consider is like how much of the dog treats can you make yourself, and maybe you can make them and sell them at the street fair as well. So consider that, and we can move forward with commercial vendor, and then you can reevaluate how you want to approach for retail, and again, be aware that you need to be the person that makes the item. So, yeah.
I'd kind of like to see a brochure, though. I have nothing in front of me to look at, except her. She's pretty.
Is
but
there
I
an
mean, you know.
Yeah.
example in the file?
Nope.
Well, I asked, when I called, I asked if I should bring anything, and they said no, just to bring anything that I was going to sell. So that's the only reason that I didn't bring it.
Well, the one thing, though, that is here
Is the booth.
is the booth that has, like, it's like what her rack card would look
But
like.
it's not a brochure.
Yeah.
It's not a brochure, but it looks like that's probably the same thing that her rack card's made out of. I'm just guessing, but just based on the size of it and
Could you
everything.
pass that around?
But I don't think we've ever, there's nothing tangible.
yeah.
And I don't think we've
I got
ever
you.
gone from a picture.
The hotel, right?
Pretty booth, though. Nice-looking booth.
Well, she's gonna just have to,
But there's nothing in my hands.
Yeah.
we usually make.
She could,
I want to comment on this
she
real
could
quick.
go in as a,
Yeah.
So,
for information.
So the exact same information that you see on the stand-up
thank you.
thing, that's the exact same
Yeah.
information
So
that's on my
That's what I
brochure.
thought
It's
it
just a
looked
smaller
like.
version.
if I can comment on this real quick, this may help out Julie. From a branding perspective, I can't imagine her departing far from what she has here as far as her banner and her sign in the back. So I think we can forego the brochure because she's clearly calling out her branding, and there's nothing that's outrageous or out of the ordinary. It's actually quite nice.
I would be comfortable on a just an information and Faith and or Jasmine review any literature that's being handed out just to safeguard,
Just a,
Yeah.
and
You
then
know-
come back once you resolve the food and treat issue.
You know, she says she does
Yeah.
dog training, dog breeding,
yeah.
dog this, dog that.
Which is on
There's
the
no-
banner.
Right, but there's no prices, there's not a brochure to hand out to people.
That's
Yeah.
what we're trying to work around is
Yeah.
that Faith and Jasmine review the brochure.
So we can put that into the motion. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would make a motion, we approve an information
Brochure.
with Jasmine and Faith reviewing the brochure first. Once that's fine, then we're good.
Okay, do you
I'll
guys want?
second.
Did you have something to say?
All in favor?
Wait, before.
Sorry.
When did you guys want me to bring that by? Tomorrow, anytime?
Yeah, just email me, we'll,
Well, we're not done yet.
Work it out with things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't vote yet.
okay, sorry. I have a person second.
All right. Are you ready to vote?
Yeah.
All in favor of this?
Aye.
Great.
Opposed?
See you in the street.
This
And
goes
what-
with her.
Yeah. You want to pass?
Yeah.
Branding,
Yeah.
Brandon Master.
David, Mad Dog? David? Southern Cal Electric Bikes and Scooters.
Poor dog is going to hate this.
Lives in the desert, but this is on GNOT.
Hi, my name is David with SoCal Electric Bikes and Scooters. We are a new merchant on 150 North Palm Springs.
Yeah, North Beach Canyon.
North Palm Springs. We actually been here before, about a year and a half ago. We petitioned in with, we have a store in Palm Desert, and they let us in. Again, I'll pass out just a few of the items that we have.
The work hockey
Again-
this was.
We're mainly electric, and the advantage of electric, like myself, I had both my hips replaced, so people with bad knees or bad back, the advantage of the electric is that you don't have to work as hard, you go up hills easier, travel further. And then with the price of gas, a lot of people are using the electric bikes to commute, so going green. And I have another store in Huntington Beach, and I promote Palm Springs and things to do like the tram and the Palm Canyon and the
Great.
things like that.
Just one thing, the scooters, they're not the scooters
the little lasers that are laying all over the streets in other cities
No, I
around the
don't.
country?
I actually don't. We sell something similar, but we don't rent them.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I'm into. I've been at COD about 7 years and seasons, and
Okay.
I try to work with everyone.
I'll make a motion to accept this vendor.
I second it.
Do you plan to be, do you plan to be actually renting these at the Village Fest for people right there to rent it and take it with them and ride?
No, not.
Or this
No,
informational
we
only?
promoted that they could come in the next day.
Okay.
And
don't
during the
want people
day.
riding all over
No, because
Village
it's
Fest.
at night. Yeah, at night, and
okay,
all we're mainly doing is showing what we have and pushing them into
great.
into the store.
Welcome to downtown, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I have a store
Yeah, it's
very
in
near
their
to
letter.
you, up
Thank
the
you.
street, yeah.
So, real quick comment. Yeah, we saw your. Many of us have seen your store, and so to Joy's comment, welcome to downtown.
Thanks.
You're a welcome addition.
Yeah, I've been wanting to be there for. I've been in the e-bike business about 7 years, and I've been, like I said, I've been at the COD that long.
Cool.
But I've always wanted to be downtown. Now that's where I'm at. I love
That's my
downtown,
dream,
and I
too.
love the renovation.
Been there
what's
32
happening out there.
years,
Yeah.
since I was 4.
Do I have a motion to accept this vendor?
Motion to accept this vendor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A second.
Great.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Great.
See you on the street.
Thank you. Joe Deal? Is that pronounced correctly? Deedle.
Diddly-dee, diddly-dum.
You are a handful.
Diddly-dee.
How you doing?
It's a song.
Oh, cute.
I take that back.
Okay, thank you. I'll give it back to you.
Hello. I'm a local artist. Oh. Thank you. So I moved out, me and my husband Ben. We moved out here 2.5 years ago from LA, and I've been painting full time. I have a studio down on Sunny Dunes near Gene Autry. But I don't sell out of there. I just paint from there. And I've been showing art at Brian Markey Gallery 2 years now. Down on Arenas. And what I would like to do is I've been doing also these pop art pet paintings. So the goal is to really, I'm going to have a couple of my regular art pieces behind me all the time, but the main goal is to show my art and to get people to commission a piece of art of their pet. So I do these, let's pass these out. So, I do these pop art pet paintings. The people would send me pictures. We decide on a picture that will work good for the painting, for the composition, and then I do that for them. I have a website, joespetpaintings.com, and I sell these for $3.95 there. But one thing we're going to do to try to get people to commit to one right there at the festival is to say, you could use a VillageFest code and do it for $50 off right now if you order. So you get them for $3.45.
What's the turnaround time?
The turnaround is hopefully a week. So like you can order it, get me photos this week, and come back to VillageFest next week to pick it up.
Yeah, we have the printout.
And then I think I turned in the application with you, and she's like, "Well, how do we know these are you doing the painting?" I did a mural signage for a Bit of Country restaurant. I don't know if you know.
I saw it, yeah.
So I had a little thing. He'd say that it's actually
Time
me
lapse.
doing the painting.
Wow, you're fast.
I know, right?
Joshua Tree Coffee. Exactly. Works all the time.
Yeah. So that's it. I think that's it. And the booth thing came out really good. My friend helped me with the design. And it's actually
Awesome.
printed right on it. And
So, are you prepared for the fact that a lot of our guests come from other parts of the country in shipping them?
yeah, that's fine. Because I'm gonna say if I'll ship them for $20. Pretty much anywhere. It's really pretty cheap to ship these. And then if you want to pick it up right at the festival, like the next week or something, depending on how many, I could do about 4 a week, 5 a week at the most. So, we'll see if a bunch of people are. I'll be like, it'll be 2 weeks or it'll be 3 weeks. But
Right.
you know.
It's a great problem to have.
Right. Exactly. But I thought while I'm there, I'm going to have some of my art up. I talked to Brian Markey, the gallery owner, and he's like, yes, please do it. He's like, don't cut the price incredible amount for this, you know, stuff that was at the gallery.
Do I have a motion to accept this vendor?
I make a motion to accept this vendor.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
See you on the street.
Thank you very much.
Guys. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they're fun.
Judy Christensen?
Remember, just right
Yep.
Hi, my name is Judy Christensen. I represent Raucous Jewelry. I am Raucous Jewelry. I'm the only person who makes jewelry. 26 years ago, my father got sick. He'd been a science teacher, a wonderful guy. And he was sidelined by a big brain tumor. He was a Nebraska farm boy who didn't believe in adornment. And we were all told to stay under the radar, not have any adornment. I went home to see him the day he got diagnosed, and he asked me to go to the garage and get tools and wire and buttons. And he wanted to learn to make jewelry, which is when I knew how big his brain tumor was. They gave him 6 weeks to live, and he lived 2.5 years. And in that time, he and I spent our time learning to make jewelry. So 26 years ago, there weren't as many bead shops around. We figured out how to make our own ear wires. And then over time, I figured out how to make my own fine silver and copper as well. So I do a lot of wire work. It has sustained me through the death of my partner 6 years ago. And now what I do is travel looking for the place that I want to live. And I'm currently in Palm Desert. So I'm excited to be here, talk to you about my work if you have any questions, and explain the intention behind the work, should that be of interest.
If you could pass a few of these around,
For
please.
sure, the whole thing,
Can you just, yeah.
because I wasn't sure if I was going
Slide
to.
it through.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, perfect.
So I'll talk loud here. But as you look,
Grab the, because we're being recorded.
thank you. As you look at these pieces, I did make some things specific for Palm Springs. I drove up and I got texture off of a palm tree, and that's what this pair of earrings over here represent. And I also got a piece of skirt off of the palm tree, and that is what this piece here represents. So the two different textures on the palm tree, because I make my own metals, I can embed any texture into them. And then you can see that I, write in them as well.
Can you take off a pair or two off the hooks and just pass them?
Oh, for sure. You want the palm tree ones?
Sure.
Or? Yep. And then I can show you this particular piece, one of the best-selling pieces I've ever made. I'm an old psych nurse, left nursing a couple years ago, and now this is all I do. But I have friends and brothers that call me to talk through issues. And one day, I found myself saying to each one of them the same thing, which was really quite unusual, which was, you got to hold on because it all comes together in the end. And I went into the studio, and I took one long piece of sterling silver, wrapped it, created chaos with it, and soldered it together at the bottom. So that is one piece, and it all came together in the end. So each of my pieces ends up being intentional. Customers sometimes enjoy those stories, sometimes don't. I share with them as much as they want to hear. So, and then there are other pieces that are part of my application, chain necklaces. I'll send the skirt.
Do you make the chains as well?
Yeah, I buy bulk chain, and then I only use sterling components. So the crimps at the end and the clasps, I don't make those individual components. I put it all together. So a show, standard neck size, 18 inches. Somebody can say I want 14. Someone can say I want 30, and I make it on the spot.
Great.
Yep.
But you're making the hanging part off
Oh,
of
absolutely.
that, right? That
Totally, it's pure silver.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Any of the other pieces, you're sure welcome to take a peek at, but,
Can you pass one of your bracelets?
yeah, for sure. The leather, you're talking, not the beaded, yep, for sure.
Do I have a motion to accept this vendor?
I move that we accept this vendor.
I second it.
I'm sorry, just one second though, please. Did I see on there that there were some beaded items that were
Yeah,
there
the
some
beaded
items
necklaces
that
are here.
You weren't showing it.
Yeah, and then there's beaded bracelets here.
They're beads. They're just normal beads. So I just do want to point out, though, that, that the beaded items are strung beads.
What?
Strung beads.
So we have.
On
Which is why I
those
wanna see
particular
'em.
bracelets, I'd have to look at the pure silver on that copper bracelet to see if I made
Let's
that.
take a look at. Yeah.
Yeah. I do minimal lapidary work. There are stones, river stones, lake stones, that I drill myself, but certainly,
But these are beads that you buy somewhere else and
Yep.
string?
Yeah.
Okay.
yep,
Well,
So that would not
Yeah, these
work?
would come off the list.
yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah, just the beaded,
Yep,
Yeah.
totally.
No.
It's how it all started,
Okay.
26 years ago, but it is a very, very small part of what I do now.
could I get amended motion, please?
May I suggest a motion, although I can't make the motion? That the motion be for the jewelry that uses her hand-tooled
Absolutely.
metal work, which I think is really what makes her artwork so special.
Yeah, and very
Right?
unique.
She's using these
Absolutely.
textures of the palm,
Absolutely.
and, I mean, that's.
And ear wires are all 100% handmade. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't do anything sell anything that I don't make, so
Yeah.
it's great.
Do I have a second?
Well, that
Well, I'm
wasn't the
sorry,
motion,
where's- who
sorry.
wants to
I
do-
was just suggesting a motion.
so I move that we accept this vendor's handmade silver jewelry, excluding the beaded.
Metalcraft
The
jewelry.
metalcraft and the leathercraft, excluding the beaded, strung beaded necklaces and bracelets.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Great. All in favor of this vendor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Thank you
work.
very much.
Thank you so much.
Very nice, thank
Beautiful
you.
stuff, really unique.
I would actually suggest that you consider just some slightly larger sizes for men and because of the attendance. Okay.
And then I.
Fat ladies like me.
My business card, and then
I need a
everybody
bigger
gets.
bracelet.
I'm big boned. All right, we'll see you on the street.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
used to be the skinny.
Hugo Pons.
Hugo Pons?
Is Hugo Pons here?
Next.
Move on.
Rabbi Roy Hudson Anya.
Oh, they're not.
Hope I pronounced that correctly.
Anaya.
We'll hold this aside in case they come.
Good afternoon. I'm Rabbi Roy. I am the administrator for Reignite Ministries International, which are headquartered here in Palm Springs. I'm also the assistant pastor of Reignite Palm Springs, which is our mother church located here in Palm Springs. What we're asking for is a one-night only entertainment slot. At the week of the 15th of January, we have our national board meeting, and our national board members will be coming from all over the country for that meeting. Among them will be a young man that we're hoping to hire for our worship leader. He's a classically trained violinist by the name of Michael Arias. He used to be on the worship team at Oral Roberts University. He is quite accomplished. I did include a sample of his music on my application. It's on a flash drive. I wasn't told I needed to bring anything else with me. Michael is in Chicago, so we couldn't bring him out for this meeting, but we will be bringing him out in January. So we're just asking for the one night of that week, and he will be performing solo. There'll be no accompaniment tracks. His violin will be amplified. We'll have one sign. I did submit some pictures of our signage. It's only 36 by 24 inches, sits on the ground. It has our church logo on it, and then we'll also be handing out only to those that ask questions. We're not going to track anybody down on the street, but if they ask about our church, we're going to give them one of the flyers that on the front has our logo and on the back has our worship times and a map as to where we worship at.
Will you be handing out the flyers in front of the booth or behind the booth?
Beg your pardon?
Will you be handing out the brochures in front of the booth or behind the booth?
Behind the booth.
Okay.
Michael will be the featured thing. What we want to do, first of all, is to We changed the name of our church about 2 years ago, so we want to reintroduce ourselves to the community and introduce Michael to the community. He's been here to visit once before, but we want to give him 3 days of Palm Springs life and have a chance to present him to the community.
Question to staff. I see that there is an envelope marked MP3. Did you guys get that?
Emailed it.
It's on a flash drive.
Oh, today I didn't get it. Got it. Okay.
I had to download his music from from YouTube to have a sample.
Did anybody listen?
I did not.
Okay.
Good, it was great.
Very good.
Beautiful. Did you say this was you're just going to be there one time?
It's just to be the one Thursday night while he's in town.
Okay.
I believe that's January the 16th. I'm not sure about the date.
Great.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept this vendor?
I'll make the motion we accept this vendor.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We're running ahead of
Nancy McDonald? Hi, Nancy.
My name is Nancy McDonald. I am the general manager of the Lighthouse Dispensary that we just opened up downtown. Before then, I was also general manager and assistant general manager at our Coachella location. We do a lot of outreach to the community, to the elderly, the different senior centers, and also different communities. And that's really what we want to do, is we just want to have a booth where they can come, they can sign up. What we do is we will send a van or a bus out to go pick them up at their senior center or at their housing community, bring them in, feed them, and educate them, mostly on CBD. Then afterwards, if they want to talk about THC, we're more than happy to do that, but we really just want to educate the community on the benefits of cannabis. So all we're going to be doing is giving away coupons. We have 10% off coupons for the dispensary, 20% off coupons for our coffee shop, which is Joshua Tree Coffee, and it's a theme tonight. And we just want to give out information and just talk to people and direct them down to our dispensary if they want to sit down with a consultant and learn some more. But nobody has to buy anything. You're not signing up to pay for anything. It's all, we pay for everything as far as the education goes.
And again, are you going to be handing out the cards behind your booth, in your booth, or in front of the booth?
In the booth.
Okay.
Correct answer. 10 points.
Okay.
I don't know how.
For busing and all that, is there has to be any type of insurance with the?
They'll just be signing up for it at our booth. It'll be on another day that we do that.
Are we allowed to have signups?
Yeah.
Okay. Any more discussion? Do I have a motion to accept this vendor?
I can't vote.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
All in favor of this vendor?
Do you want to explain?
Aye. Opposed? Okay, one. Okay, thank you.
We'll see you on the street.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Jesus Valdez? I hope I pronounced that correctly.
That means every dispensary will go on.
Oh, thank God they're here. I'm starving.
Cannabis all over the neighborhood.
I won't see much.
Hello. Good afternoon.
If you want.
Take it off, it's just on a clip.
Good afternoon. My name is Jesus Valdez, and I'm the owner from the Fresita products. I'm gonna start. Yeah, if you want it. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start selling this product in COD in Palm Desert. I had like 2 months ago, and I would like to say with you this product about from a company in LA. So just I'm packaging my home.
Say that again about LA. What was that?
Is that in a company? I don't made it any fruit in a home.
That's farmer's market.
Want to say something?
Any discussion?
Mouth is full.
Wow.
Do I have a motion to accept this vendor?
They're really fresh.
I'll second it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I was hoping for tacos. but-
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
See you on the street.
Cantaloupe is really, I've never had dried cantaloupe before. That's really
Right? That's delicious.
Was that cantaloupe?
Yeah, the first one was
Wait,
cantaloupe.
I didn't get any of that.
I never had that before
I thought it was
either.
papaya.
Yeah.
Easter
It is good.
I like the banana chips.
Easter eggs.
No, those are Jordan.
Have to share.
I see the faith on toast too. It's really different.
Oh, it's really different.
And I have licorice too, different flavors. A lot of different flavors for
Pull that
that.
out.
Licorice.
Do you put sugar on this, or is that the way it comes?
All right, we got it.
That way I come. I don't put nothing on there.
I can
Wow.
stay here till 5:30.
Okay. We'll see you on the street.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What?
Wow, that cantaloupe is so.
Marav Navad? I hope I pronounced that right.
You missed it. You were eating.
She was asking that, right?
Come on.
Wow, we're having a good time.
Good afternoon.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I'm Mayrav Nadav, but everybody calls me May. It would be easier. Also, my company is called May. Okay, so I'm going to show you my glass artwork. I concentrate on recycling, and it could come in different methods. Right now, I'm showing bottles. I'll show you. It will talk for itself.
Wow.
No, you have to be in the microphone.
to.
It's being recorded.
We're being recorded.
Actually, just set them and then.
But you can take the microphone off the stand.
So that's a neck of a bottle, which I cut, built on the bottom of another glass. It would take.
Right.
I'll set. I'll show you.
I'm not seeing a tent or a setup in here.
This is used to be a wine glass, which I cut. I used to do these things in New York for 10 years, from the year of 2000 until 2010. I used to do the Union Square Market in New York City. I had people collecting my pieces. They're all one-of-a-kind pieces. I would do mirrors. I would do anything I could put my hand on. I had a friend that had a lab. They had to change the lab tubes from plastic to glass. He offered me all these glass tubes, and I created out of them flower holders, mezuzot, anything I can put my hand on.
Excuse me, could you pass a couple of those around,
Of course.
please?
Okay, let's start. I'm trying to look for something. Okay, this piece I love. That's a window in the glass. It's a hole in the middle of the glass, which is pretty rare to get. That's and I will call it tic-tac-toe. It's the ultimate winning situation. It could be used for a candle, yes. And then I sculpture. This is, I'll talk about the jewelry, not much, but I have. This is a combination of few pieces. I would go to revivals, bars who knows me, people bring me the bottles from their weddings to keep. Wow.
Did you say you have the jewelry with you?
Yes, I have one piece, okay, to show, because it's really not my main. This is a necklace which I make.
Right.
My part is creating the pendant, and the beads are
beads that I buy, and I design it together, but the pendants are mine. If I would have more, right now I don't, I'm concentrating on this, and they're a lot of work. It would be earrings that would look, this would be the material that I would work. So if jewelry, we are looking for stained glass jewelry, not anything else. Sure.
Right, but you have it listed, so we're looking for examples so we know what we're approving, that's all.
Beautiful work.
And then, just out of curiosity, I didn't see a tent in the folder or any kind of, all I saw was wooden displays.
It was a table outside in the Union Square Market. I'm thinking, yeah, this, you don't see.
That's what I'm wondering, are you going to bring in those wooden shelves and tables every week, or are you going to do something else?
I would bring a table, not this wind shelves, I don't have them.
Okay.
Okay? This, we're talking 10 years ago. I'm still thinking how would be the best way to display. I'm thinking it would be a table with different heights. They're all lit, so they create beautiful, warm atmosphere.
Right, normally
So-
part of the application is also to present your tent or your booth so
Right,
that we
well-
know what it's going to look like.
I totally understand. Since it's the first time after many years, I'm still
Right.
thinking how I'm going to display it. Because I have hanging pieces. Oh, that's a sculpture.
So your jewelry, though, would it mostly be like this soldered gem of sorts, or glass? This
Jam,
looks like glass,
flat
yeah.
glass, maybe sometimes I was sitting with my neighbor, we picked two pieces that was on the table and we created a pair of earrings out of squares out of the bottle. What we are looking for, my art, is stained.
Microphone up.
Sorry, we're looking for stained glass that could be used on recycled. This would be the title of my artwork. And since I work with things that I find, it could move into, as I said, mirrors, tubes, anything I could put my hand on and recycle it.
What does everybody think of the jewelry component, since there's only one piece?
Well, and I don't see any mirrors either. I mean, we have to see what those look like.
Well, staying with the jewelry real quick, I think because it's limited, to your point, I think what you're driving is that we need to see more of them as opposed to just the one piece. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, my sense is to scratch the jewelry until you have more options, because it doesn't seem to be your focus anyway.
So we would.
And bring it back when you're ready to start presenting jewelry.
And she could do that with staff, right?
I would be comfortable with that, but you could also come back to us.
It'd be here, okay.
Anyways, I don't have now jewelry in my inventory, but these.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just bought what I have.
Right,
since
we
I'm-
understand. But when you're
That's
ready
it.
to do jewelry, we'll.
Approve that style, though?
I think I would wait and just let all the other glass
Yeah.
art come in, but I also
Yeah.
have.
Agreed.
Go ahead, we'll just sort of finish the jewelry discussion and go to what Celia was asking about.
I was asking about the mirrors.
Well, the mirrors also, since I'm starting, I focused on this. I have to tell you, I'm 2 months back in Palm Springs. So
And then
walking.
the reason we're asking is because you have it listed on your application, so.
Because I know that these things will come.
So then when you
know.
do it, you'll just come back to us is what
So,
happened with that.
I'm
We'll just take
thinking
it off.
every item that I make, I have to come and show again.
Well, what you can do is you can
It's more
group.
categorical, though, wait. Like, to be
It's-
fair, it's more categorical. If you make a different version of with a bottle and copper tape and, like that, no, you don't have to, but.
Thank you.
A jewelry line, yes.
Jewelry,
A line
yeah.
of mirrors, yes, because that's a different thing.
But the
Different item.
technique is the same technique. It would be mirrored, copper fold, beaded. It would be the same technique.
My example on that would be a Toyota and a Honda are both made with the same techniques, but they're completely different vehicles. So we would want to see
the jewelry samples and the mirror samples.
Fair enough.
Or do you want to leave that up to Faith again?
No, her recommendation is it comes back.
Okay.
So I think different items.
Also, are we comfortable not having a picture of the booth? Or do we want staff to see a picture of her booth?
That I would like
So-
that, yeah, that was what I hesitated on. If I
So
was,
she just moved here, and so she's
Right.
starting from scratch, so that's why she doesn't have that much, and so that's why she doesn't have everything.
Great. So if she
So,
can
yeah.
so if you include a picture of the
Right,
booth
so
to
she can
staff.
submit that to me
Yes.
before she
Then,
starts.
fine.
That'd be
That-
fine.
Great.
Mhm.
Okay, fine.
so I'll make a motion of the items listed accepting mirrors and jewelry on the condition that a booth
Picture.
image is presented for approval at the office.
I'll second that.
Great.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Thank you very much.
See you
Thank
on the street.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Has Hugo Ponds arrived? No?
Nope.
Okay, we're going to go into unfinished, should we go into unfinished? We have time, all right, okay. The unfinished business, the poster contest? Poster contest?
So I realize we're short on time, so I'll keep the synopsis. I went back and talked to a number of the vendors on the street and encouraging them to submit artwork to various levels of enthusiasm, but it seems that nobody followed through, according to what I hear from Faith. So that means we're starting over, which means I would like to get into 2020 to get the ball rolling. We need to see what we can do to incentivize people to submit art, whether that's a budgetary or what approval channels we need on something like that. And then we can hit the ground running probably right after the holidays, because we need to go spend some more face time. And I think we need to broaden the brush a little bit, but I also think, because most everybody asked me, what's in it, very politely, but do I get a free booth? And that, I think, is the stipulations that you're advertised on the posters. Your art is being, so there's immediate advertising across the city throughout the year. So, I mean, it all made sense.
Can I comment? What if we get our social media up off the ground? That would be a really great incentive to say, we'll post about you every week for the next 6 weeks.
Right.
Or 8 weeks, whatever the period is. And it's interesting what you're talking about as far as incentivize. Maybe it's a prize of 1 month or something. I don't know. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free, a booth, 1 month for free, or we see what we can come up with to sweeten the pots, and then hit the ground in 2020 to try and push this, because we know there's going to be the summer lull.
Yeah, and we would make it available to everybody so it's even across.
Right.
It's not.
Of the artwork, so it doesn't come across as well as like John Morosky's piece looks awesome. I use that one a lot. Would there be any consideration possibly to make it even broader if any of the downtown merchants would like to submit artwork?
I don't see why
VillageFest?
not. All of the
Then it
Main
has to be
Street group.
VillageFest, right?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, anybody could submit the artwork.
For that matter.
That says VillageFest.
Yeah. Right.
Because we've always had trouble
I say we,
finding people.
yeah, I would say we include Palm Springs, basically any artist, because there might be 1 or 2 in town.
So that'd be interesting to go to some of the different shops and some with the various artists. Like even
Yeah.
going to over on the south side with the I can't remember the name of that district. What is the arts district?
The Backstreet Arts.
And if we did that,
Backstreet.
and
Is it Backstreet? Is what Backstreet or arts district?
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
And if it were to go to a broader brush and an outside winner, then we just quantify it that you do get a free booth upon board approval. And, yeah.
approval.
Yeah.
So, well, no, we still have to, you getting the artwork, if your art passes muster, but we still want to talk to you before you just come
So
in and plump something down
Maybe
on
it
the
could
booth.
just be monetary,
Yeah.
which would be equivalent to a 1 month.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't think that we could actually give somebody a free booth. I
Yeah.
literally would have to go to city council.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So, but maybe there's some other ways to do it. And I mean, like somebody like Laura Walsh from Cocky Cactus
Right.
that used to be downtown. She does all kinds of cool desert Palm Springs artwork, maybe.
I had a couple of people who I really thought
Mhm.
were going to come through, and they just couldn't seem to talk to each other, because I went in on weekends a couple times, and they just, oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, I didn't get that message, so.
And once it's
And there were
incentivized,
two
I think
artists
that'll
today.
do.
Right.
That'll help.
Two more.
Incentives always.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
That's my dog. She's in the
Board comments? Anybody have any board comments?
Yeah, I do. Real quick, you know, we were talking about the one booth that is has the. I think it's for like a resort, and they've got the wheel that you
Yes,
spin.
yes.
I keep walking by there, and they're catcalling. They keep reaching out to people,
Yes.
and it's if staff could take a look at that. It's
And actually, this is, I know I've talked to you about it, and I think Daryl has.
no, it's a resort guide.
We've got both Daryls on board on this one, so I'm thinking that it may be time, I don't know where we draw the line in the proverbial sand to get them to come
What it
back.
is with that booth, they have different people that come every week.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I will go speak to them, and I will also make a phone call to the owner of the booth, so that you
Okay.
can let
Yeah.
staff know.
Because if not, I think it may be time to have a little visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know some of our other recent callbacks have changed their tone and looks and lots of
Yep.
other positive things.
Yep. That's it.
Great, thank you. Subcommittee reports. We'll make this fast for compliance. There is no report.
There you go.
Social media?
We're still waiting on the, we're still waiting on the funding. So maybe we can get together and go to the person who is to sign off on the funding? Or how, what's the best way to expedite? Because it's been about 6-8 months now.
We have to bring it up with Deb.
Okay, all right, because maybe we just go over to the person's office and just say, hey, can you,
Knock on a door.
Budget stuff is hard.
yeah.
Takes a lot of approvals.
Okay, so it's not just one person that we're dealing with, okay.
Food court. Dan?
So Daryl mentioned that we were thinking about putting together a format for just documenting observations. I would like to get the data a little bit more specific for the food vendor breakdown to add into here as well. But anyway, so something that together, right?
Do you mind if
I think under staff reports, you're going to get a little bit more data, Dan.
Yeah.
to hold it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she's-
it needs a lot more data.
I'd like to add to this too. So frequently there'll be conversations about things that we want to do or
Yeah.
make happen. And if we don't formalize and don't put it into a document format and have it consistent, you know, the format talking about the observation, what the issue is, what the observations are, what the recommendations are, and then a plan of action. And then in turn, how do we monitor and make sure that it's going as we want it?
Yep.
So if we don't implement something like that, which just becomes, everything's in the ethosphere. So that's what Dan was talking about. In
So
such.
I can actually make more of a template to use for that. I just put this together just to show what we did, if you want to pass this around. I mean, there's not much in it.
Very nice.
It's actually missing data. It's prettier than it is informative, honestly. But Faith, I wonder if, you know, I might be able to maybe spend a little bit of time with you guys at the office just to fill in some data, maybe, or something, I don't know, or just come up with a format. I just hate to give you busy work. I'd rather we sit down and you sort of educate me, and I'll gather the data and then do something with it. But it's just a format that I've used in the past that I think works. As far as the colors and all this, that's a template that I pulled that I've used before. But if we could use the city logo on it or whatever, or if there's a standardized format that's required that, you know, we use, I'm happy to incorporate that or to fix it. But anyway.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Are you looking to do this, I hope, after the new year?
What, you mean the food court stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm saying in the meantime, I could start to gather data, and then we could actually, after the first year, we would do more of our observations, our findings, our recommendations, and then the options to satisfy those recommendations, because they could be done more than one way. Usually it's more than one way to skin the cat, not to offend any of the animal lovers in the room. But anyway, I'm thinking that before the end of the year, though, I might be able to turn this into a template that we could possibly make something that's usable for anyone that's doing it. You could use it for the art poster contest thing,
Right.
if we, you know, and it would be helpful because we would document it, we would have the stuff, it would be on file, we can refer back to it, we can maintain status in it. It just is, again, like you said, a more grown-up way to do it rather than just namby-pamby and maybe get to it, maybe not. Just a suggestion.
Yeah, that would. So you want to come into the office to kind of.
Well, I'm asking you, what do you think would be the best way to do it?
I haven't seen.
Yeah, so here,
Let me go
you
ahead
can
and
take
have a look.
this, actually, and if you want to review it with Jasmine.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Let me.
Yeah, and
Take
see what
this-
she thinks of the idea of, I wouldn't say formalizing, because that scares people, but actually just accommodating a standard format that we could always follow as we're studying things or making observations or whatever. And then I can help to craft it, if you will, if
Absolutely,
you'd
yeah.
like.
So let me bring this back to Jasmine.
Yep.
And then we'll just
Yeah.
schedule for you to come in.
Yep,
And we'll
okay, great.
figure something out.
Yeah, and
That'd be
the
great.
information there was just like off the top of my head, I just started jotting those
Sure.
in, so we're going to have a blank template, okay?
Yep, sounds
Great,
good.
thank you.
Just a brief announcement, there is no Village Fest board meeting next time, this, on the 4th. It's Christmas Eve, so.
We're not getting together on
we won't-
Christmas Eve?
No party?
We'll be in the parking lot.
Okay, just want to, okay. Main Street comments, Joy?
It's not really so much Main Street, but just so that people know that city council meetings starting in 2020 will be on Thursday nights instead of Wednesday nights. And
times?
I believe it's the same time, 6 o'clock as it had been before, but they changed it to Thursday.
Literally, so the staff could have Friday off because they're up half the night.
Yeah, it is going to make it hard, though, for merchants to go to city council meetings because we all work on Thursdays.
And because of Village Fest, too.
And there's Village Fest. Who wants to miss Village Fest? So.
And you're open late that night, so.
Yeah, till 10. So, anyway, so that change was made, and I don't know, I don't really have anything else. Everything's good.
Thank you. Staff reports?
You're off, Chris.
So staff reports, Jasmine was working on the vendor category breakdown. I don't believe she got around to finishing that with Festival of Lights and everything else that's been going on. And I was on vacation for a couple weeks, so she had to kind of cover my end. But I know she has everything and she is working on that. And then just to say, Christmas Eve, we will not be here.
So I want,
And our next meeting would be January 14th.
And the Monday before each holiday, are you guys in the office or out? Just so we're not bothering you.
Oh, no, we're there.
Okay.
We're there. And then Village Fest will also be the day after Christmas, and we will be there normal hours.
so I just wanted to compliment the Festival of Lights, because I went down and sat on the street, and it was beautiful, and all the bands had lights, and it just went off really nicely. Could be spaced a little tighter, but it was very nice. And I also, our prayers go out to Dottie
Of course.
for her husband's loss, and Dottie, we're thinking about you.
Absolutely.
And everyone knows that the service is this coming Thursday, the 12th, at 10 a.m. at Our Lady of Guadalupe Church, which is on the corner of El Segundo and Arenas. And she's doing a repass, like refreshments, like a lunch type thing after. Arenas. And it's Our Lady of Guadalupe. And it's at 10 a.m. on Thursday, the 12th. It will not be like a funeral and burial because he was cremated. So this is it's a service and a memorial service.
Do you hear a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
The meeting is adjourned at 4:46.